Hey guys, so we are in the last objective of this unit. So today we are wrapping up our agriculture unit by talking about women in agriculture. This ties back a little bit to population. This ties back a little bit to culture. So for this, you need to be able to explain the geographic variations in female roles in food production and consumption. So essentially, when it comes to food production, distribution, and consumption, we see a variety of ways that women are involved. So, for women's role in agriculture, women play a significant role in agriculture all over the world, but often there are challenges and barriers that limit their participation or success in this sector. So, in many countries, women are responsible for a large share of agricultural work, which includes planting, harvesting, and also caring for the livestock. Um, However, women do have less access to resources compared to men. So essentially, women have less access to land and to owning land and to having land in their name. They have less ability to take out credit in order to purchase land or make investments in capital for their crops, and also less access to education. So, in terms of getting better training or even like business education, we don't see them able to do that as much. This can limit their ability to be successful farmers and contribute to the economic development of their communities. So, for continuing on women's role in agriculture, there are social and cultural barriers that limit their participation. So, that includes decision making power within the household, that is just purely like cultural and social dynamics. Also, fewer opportunities to participate in training or other professional development opportunities in order to get better at farming or be introduced to new practices. So this map that we see here, this is just like generalizations of the percentage of women that are participating in agriculture. And this right here, it's like a little pink lady, that indicates where there's over 80% of working women in agriculture. So of all the women that are in the workforce, more than 80% of them participate in agriculture in some way. That's where these are. So we see that a lot more in developing areas. So various parts of Africa, some of Southeast Asia, and then of course like Central Asia, South Asia as well. So, factors of women's participation, there's a few different things that will help dictate what their participation looks like. So, for economic, less access to resources, land, credit, education, limits their ability to contribute to economic development. So, if we look at this here, this is just showing the percentage of male and female participants in agriculture that hold land or that own these businesses themselves. So we can see that not even 20% of women within Latin America and the Caribbean, Sub-Saharan Africa, even less, and then so on. So the vast majority of people that hold agriculture power, land, things like that in developing areas are overwhelmingly men. For social cultural, let me move myself again. Women may face social and cultural barriers that limit their participation in agriculture. They have less decision-making power within the household. This includes not being able to have access to training and other things that can help them grow their skills, right? So here we have a few stats. So female farmers only receive 5% of all agricultural extension services from 97 countries. So that's pretty significant. Extension services just means like the ability to attend and be part of professional development that exposes them to new practices. Only 15% of the world's extension agents are women, and only 10% of total aid for agriculture, forestry, and fishing goes to women. Legal and policy frameworks. We also see like these structural forces that limit women's ability to participate fully. So policies and laws that discriminate against women or limit their access to resources can hinder participation in the sector. So for instance, let's say not being able to own land or not being able to take out a loan, things like that are major barriers for women. So, in more than half of all countries, laws or customs hinder women's ownership or access to land, undermining women's empowerment. So, we see that here, especially in the Southern Hemisphere. However, globally, more than 400 million women farm. So, we're talking about a significant number of farmers, right? Like women are farmers as well. Natural disasters is another element that could hinder women in agriculture, as well as market conditions. So prices, competition, and demand for agricultural products. If there's a strong competition among producers, it may be necessary to reduce prices in order to sell goods, which means that they just won't be as profitable. So not just women, but for all farmers, they are often subject to the unpredictability of the market. These efforts to help empower women within ag are definitely being focused on. So these include initiatives to improve women's access to resources, to provide training and education, and then also just in general, gender equality movements to help women, like in all sectors, not just agriculture. So this is really important in terms of helping countries develop, right? When you are not allowing women to participate to their fullest, then it does definitely affect everybody within that country. It affects their families. So having women be empowered helps everyone. And then also, if we kind of think back to Unit 2, it means that there's going to be some positive demographic changes, lower birth rates, lower total fertility rates, a decrease in population in certain areas. So places where women are not empowered, these are areas that are having struggles with these elements. So it also helps to assist with that concern as well. So that's it, guys. We are done with Unit 5. I hope you guys enjoyed agriculture, and be sure to do the reviews and feel free to come back and look at any of these videos if you need a little